Hi YouTube. This is Loquacious85. Today is my nappiversary. I have been natural for 3 years. 3 years ago on this day, I decided to cut off the perm and just go on natural. It's a big chop, as they say in naturality. Um, it's been a long and arduous journey, for real. Like, I cannot even begin to tell you all the things that I have thought about and all the people that I have encountered on my journey and just the things I learned about myself, and not just about my hair, but just about myself, how I feel as a black woman living in America. To start, my mom has been perming my hair since I was 7 years old. I have extremely thick hair, as you can see here, but back in the, I'm still tender-headed. Back when my mom was doing my hair, it was like a big thing for her to do my hair. It was a big ordeal. It was a lot of crying, a lot of screaming, a lot of, oh mom, I hate you, oh my hair hurts, everything. Mom doing your hair while you sleeping. So one day she's just like, you know what, I can't do it no more. She put perm in it. And my hair was still thick with the perm. I just naturally have thick hair. But it was easier for her to do, But it was never really a conscious choice on my part to say, I want my hair to be straight, like everybody else. But from a child, I always considered myself to be like this pro-black chick. Like me and my best friend from childhood, we were like 5 years old, sitting in the sandbox talking about why, black people are this way and white people are this way. I'm no lie, like we've always been this way. So it was just natural for us to try and figure out what our hair would be like in its own natural state, but it never happened. One time I wanted to go natural in high school. I had to perm my hair for almost a whole year, and my mom was just braiding it, and I was just really comfortable with my natural hair texture. And my friend saw it, and she was like, "Oh my God, it's beautiful! Like, don't perm it." But then, of course, I went under, pressure or whatever and decided to perm it because I wasn't ready for that transition. I want to say like in about 2004, like the end of 2004, I moved with my aunt in Pennsylvania, and she wears her hair naturally. And I would do her hair because it was just her. It was her husband, and her 2 boys. So she was the only female in the house, and she would just wash her hair and just keep it moving. So I would start twisting it for her. And while I'm doing her hair, I'm like, wow, like, damn, the hair is like really nice, like, what do you do to it? She said, I don't do anything. I just wash it and condition it. And that's pretty much it. And I'm like, wow, I wish my hair was like that. She was like, it could. Just stop perming. So from then, I was like, okay, let me see if I stop perming, what's going to happen. So I'm online. I found a lot of sites. MotownGirl.com was the first site I found. That site is a godsend. Motown Girl, she broke it down. Like everything that you need to know pretty much about just transitioning and maintaining your newly natural hair was beautiful. But then I stumbled across naturality, which I consider to be the holy mecca of all that is natural and nappy. It's just like, it's a beautiful place. You go there and it's so much information. I mean, it's like a never-ending source of information for anything that you need to know about natural hair. They did not advocate perms, any kind of chemical processing, heat, style, and none of that. Like, they was like, look, we want to teach you how to appreciate what you were born with. So me being Miss Pro-Black, I had to really think about myself, like, if I consider myself to be so pro-black and so for my people, why am I still perpetuating this really negative tradition of straightening my hair? And when people say, oh, it's just a hairstyle, it's just a choice, okay, to a certain degree it is, but when you think about the culture and the society that we live in, it perpetuates a Europeanized Western standard of beauty. Like, that is what society is holding up. It's not holding up the African standard of beauty, the Middle Eastern standard of beauty, the Latino standard of beauty. It's like, look, if you ain't white, you ain't right. So here's some cream, get them naps underway, because y'all black people got a problem with them naps. And it's not really a problem with our natural hair. It's a problem of if you trying to do your natural hair in the same mentality as when you're trying to do your hair when it was straight. Because a lot of the things I did when my hair was straight, I don't even dare do. My hair does not touch a comb unless it is saturated with conditioner and water. That's it. And comb, the wide tooth is a wide tooth comb. It's not that rat tail comb I used to use when I was a permie. Nah, can't do it. And that's just you have to teach yourself how to do your hair. So me going natural, it was a long process of me figuring out, what works for my hair, what didn't work for my hair. There's a lot of benefits, while it took me a while to get used to the aesthetics of it, because I was used to having my hair long and straight and just be able to put in a doobie at night and put a scarf on and keep it moving. Now, the things I have to do to my hair nothing is better. It's different. I have to make sure that my hair is moisturized. I have to make sure that, The only thing is that I do like now, my hair can touch water. When my hair was perm, I couldn't touch water. There was no swimming, there was no sweating, there was no none of that. Rain, God forbid it rain, you will see me in the store, running in the corner store, give me a plastic bag, tie my hair up because God forbid it frizz up and I have to do it all over again. You know, it's a problem. Getting my hair perm, you know, was not necessarily the nicest, most pleasant of acts. You know, my mom would do it and you'd be like, damn, did I scratch my head today or last week? You know, because you will feel it. How long can I leave this on? You know, I want to make sure the edges are smooth. And I mean, just craziness. Going to the Dominican to get a blowout where they take off the heat regulator on the blow dryer, so that's straight fire on your scalp. But you don't care because it's straight and it's limp and it's good, you know, and it's manageable. You know, the manageability is something that I question now. Like, what exactly is manageable? My hair is manageable only because I have to take a different mindset and a different approach to it. You know, I don't do the same things I did when it was straight. When I first cut my hair, I would have like about this much hair. And I loved it. I love the fact I could go in the shower, wet my hair, towel it off, and keep it moving. Like, I never was able to wet my hair and just go outside with my hair just damp. Like, never in all of my, I want to say, 12 years of being perm has that, you know, happened. So it was very liberating. It was a lot of people that, you know, gave me some opposition. Luckily for me, my family was very supportive. You know, my father, he's Jamaican, so he didn't understand it at all. He just went off when he saw me. He's like, what a rush you want to do with that? Just chop off there and pick your mind. I'm like, Dad, look. look. And my father, he's up on his issues too. So now, you know, now he sees my hair, he appreciates it. But at first, he just thought I just lost my mind and just decided to just cut it off just because I was just mad at the world. And that was not the case. You know, I was a lesbian. I was a dyke, you know, because my hair was short and like, oh, you trying to be like a boy, whatever. I did everything I could to make myself more feminine, despite the fact that I had like barely no hair in my head. I wore nice earrings, I wore skirts, dresses, I was dressing fly, and still people was giving me that, you know, they really closed mind, you know, opinions. And after a while, you know, it was hurtful at first because I don't have nothing against lesbians or gays. I'm very, you know, gay friendly, but at the same time, that's not me, you know. And I felt offended that somebody would think that my sexuality is dictated by my hairstyle. I'm like, how ignorant is that, you know? But you know, everybody is everybody. But now I don't take people's comments to heart anymore. You know, when people see me in my hair in the street and they looking at me like, ew, you know, where she going with that nappy ass hair? Somebody actually called me nappy. I was like, thanks, and they really didn't know how to react because to them they was insulting me, but to me it's a compliment because I know my hair is nappy and nappy is beautiful. You know, we have taken the word nappy and turned it into something you can't use it against me now. Okay, my hair's nappy. All right, what else? Like, let's be for real. Like, it's nappy. What does nappy mean? Like, at first it was meant to be a derogatory term, but now we've turned it around and turned it into something that's beautiful. Nappy is beautiful. Natural is beautiful. You know, and I really feel that if a lot more people just accept what God has given them naturally, you'll be a happier person, you know, because how hard, not even how hard is it, but you gotta think, when I was perming, I looked in the chemicals, and I'm like, damn, this stuff is harsh. It was after I stopped perming that I actually really investigated what was in it. Perm, so it's sodium hydroxide, that's the same chemical compound as Drano. Like, I put my life in jeopardy just for the sake of having straight and manageable hair. Like, are we serious? Is this what we're willing to do? We're willing to risk life and limb, you know, just for the sake of having something that's not natural? To keep doing that? You know, why are we doing this? You know, so going natural forced me to ask myself a lot of these questions. You know, I do not really like to sit and preach to people who are still perming or weaving or whatever they're doing, because that's their own, you know, people have to come into their own. They have to come into their own. I had to come into my own. Nobody could tell me, oh, you need to go natural and go all crazy on me. Because at the time, my mind wasn't open to that. Now my mind is open to a lot more different things. I'm like, you know, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I doing that to myself? What does a hairstyle have to do with my self-esteem? You know, do I feel that if I wear my hair straight, you know, that I get, you know, more attractive? You know, I'm more of an attractive person, or I have better opportunities? You know, you really have to think about these things. It's really deep. The black hair matrix is deep. It's like people get all up in arms about it. Anytime somebody goes relaxed versus natural, it's a big fire debate and everybody's all upset about it. But we all have to understand we are doing these things because this is what's dictated to us in society. You know, this is not a choice that we are consciously making. Now, if you're consciously making a choice, that's a different person. But there are many of us who do not know what our natural hair looks like and have not seen our natural hair only in pictures. You know, and our mother say, oh, it's too nappy, I couldn't do it. You have to think about that. You know, when I have my daughter, I won't perm her hair. You know, I really won't. When she gets of age, I'll tell her, you know, you grown, you can do what you want with your hair, but when you're in my house, there's no chemicals going on, because that's not what I believe in. And I feel, you know, some people might think I'm radical behind that, but whatever, I'll be that. You know, if that's what that takes for me to instill in my daughter that she is beautiful naturally, then that's what I have to do. So with that said, I just want to say happy nappiversary to me. 3 years and a lifetime to go, and you know, I hope y'all enjoyed it, and stay positive. Peace.